Listening Library presents The Academy by T.Z. Layton. Narrated by James Fouhey.
To Coach Jocko. From the Journal of Leo K. Doyle. Note to readers. I've never written in a journal before. I've never written much of anything at all, except for those boring assignments they make you write in school, usually about a family vacation or some walk in the woods with your parents. But this is different. I've got a story to tell that feels like it's wriggling beneath my skin, dying to get out, and my friends are all thousands of miles away in a different country. I want to write down my experiences to make sure I don't forget anything. In case you're someone who finds this journal, which I plan to turn into a movie one day, maybe I should start with a little bit about myself. My name is Leo K. Doyle, I'm 12 years old, and I just finished the 6th grade. I love soccer and video games, I'm a little bit lazy, and I have a pet lizard named Messi who I talk to like a real person. Oh, I also love graphic novels and banana pancakes and reptiles of any kind, especially dangerous ones. School is awful, my sister's awful, and my mom died 2 years ago. Since I drew a big fat ball on the cover, I know you love soccer too, and I feel like whoever you are, no matter what you look like or where you go to school, what country or city or village or barn you call home, you'll agree that what you're about to read is the most incredible story about soccer you'll ever hear. Now, I'm not talking about regular soccer. I'm talking about the best soccer in the world. You've heard of the English Premier League, right? Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. Did you know all the clubs have academies where they train and develop the most talented youth players they can find, hoping they'll join the adult teams one day? Sound like a dream come true? I'm just a regular kid like you from a normal town in the United States, but I was invited to one of these academies. I traveled all the way to London, England to train with a group of kids from around the world. If you stick with me for a few pages, I'll tell you all about it. The whole inside story. I even got to meet a few famous people. I bet you're curious now, but I've got to start from the beginning because that's how stories work. Not the very beginning, not all that stuff like when I was born and where I go to school, because who wants to read about that? I promised to start right when it all happened. Here's another thing. I don't know the ending to this story. Yeah, I got invited to the Academy summer camp, but I don't know whether I'll be good enough to make the youth team and be allowed to stay full-time. I also don't know if I'll be able to use the money that professional youth players make to help stop the bank from taking away our house. I probably shouldn't be talking about that, even in a journal, but there it is. Anyway, I promise I'll let you know what happens by the end of the story as soon as I find out myself. But I need to catch you up first. It all started on one of those perfect spring mornings for soccer. A crisp blue sky and a cool breeze blowing, dew on the grass, and the feeling the day will last forever. Are you ready? Entry number 1. I'm a scoring machine. The game was almost over. My team was down 3-2 to one of the best teams in Ohio, the Columbus Tigers, an elite team that practices 4 times a week and stays in fancy hotels when they travel to other cities. They wanted me on the team, but my dad couldn't afford to pay the dues or take time off work for all the practices. I never cared because those kids from Columbus were all rich jerks anyway. 1 minute left, let's push! That was our coach shouting. He's a good guy, but he doesn't know very much about soccer. He's a basketball fan who only agreed to coach us because his kid was on the team, and he was always telling us to do things a basketball player would do, like play zone or start a full-court press or something. He's obviously never even played FIFA on his son's PlayStation. A few minutes ago, I had scored my 2nd goal of the day to cut the Tigers' lead to 1. All my life, I've played center forward because, well, I'm a scoring machine. No one really kept track in our league, but I probably had double or triple the goals of anyone else, even though I'd just turned 12. I wasn't even supposed to be in this division yet. It wasn't like I was this oversized kid either, who already has to shave and has chest hairs. I was one of the smallest players in the league, as thin and wiry as the neck of a rooster. But I have a wicked shot, the most creative passes you'll ever see, and moves that could break the internet. All the parents were cheering on the sidelines like it was the World Cup and America was in the finals. Well, all the parents except mine. My mom used to cheer like that when she was alive, and it was pretty embarrassing, though it also felt good if I'm being honest. But my dad was standing on the sideline, with his arms folded like he always does. Dad is tall and strong and pale, with thick red hair and hands the size of baseball gloves. He was a star football player in high school, American football. Some bald guy I'd never seen before, wearing a long wool coat with buttons, was trying to talk to him on the sideline. Dad didn't seem to notice. I know he loves to watch me play, but he never says very much. That's just him. With Mom gone, he works all the time to pay the bills and has a ton on his mind. Oops, watching my dad made me miss a tackle. Billy Hood, our left fullback, saved my butt and stopped their forward from scoring, but Billy kicked the ball downfield to no one in particular, and the Tigers got the ball back. Billy's fast and strong and a good defender, but I've seen neighborhood dogs with better ball skills. Soon, I got another chance. The ball was knocking around midfield, and I managed to intercept it. I created some space with a pullback move, and took a moment to see what I had to work with. I was at half field. Too many defenders stood between me and the goal to take it in myself. I passed to my center midfielder, Dennis, then took off running. Back to me, I yelled. Dennis got the hint and rocketed the ball downfield. I ran it down near the penalty box. When someone tried to tackle me, I cut right and dribbled around him. 2 defenders between me and the goal. I hesitated, trying to decide if I wanted to take them on. Normally, I wouldn't have thought twice, but the Tigers were stocked with big, fast, skilled players. We were running out of time and down 1 goal, so I decided to go for it. I faked a pass left. The first defender bit hard. I cut right again, a quick 1-2 hook, and moved past him like he was standing still. Now I had to deal with Ronnie Lewis, their center defender and best player. He might be the best center back in the whole state. He was twice my height, growing a mustache, and looked about 18. Ronnie came right at me. I couldn't just kick the ball around him and run. He was too fast for that. I danced around the ball, faking one way and then the other. He stayed with me. If I didn't get past him quickly, the other defenders would trap me, so I made a split-second decision to try a new move. I pretended to be scared and turned my back to him, as if I was going to shield the ball and wait for help. He got right on my back, trying to bully me. Exactly what I wanted. As soon as he was close enough, I rolled the ball backwards with the top of my foot right through his tree trunk legs and spun around him. I just nutmegged him from behind. I collected the ball and saw the open goal right in front of me. Just as I pulled my leg back to shoot, Ronnie tripped me from behind. I fell hard and got a face full of grass. It was a dirty, dirty play. My knees and elbows were bleeding. I ignored the pain and pushed to my feet as the ref blew the whistle. I could have stayed down, but I didn't want anyone to think they could push me around. The ref ran over and held a hand in the air. He gave Ronnie a red card for taking me down in the box, and my team a penalty kick. All the parents were screaming again. When I looked over at my dad, his face twitched, but he didn't move. For some reason, the bald guy beside him was staring at me curiously, like I was an animal in a zoo. "Leo, you take it," our coach shouted. "It's the last play of the game." I stepped up and put the ball on the penalty mark, on a level piece of ground with no rocks. If I made the shot, we tied the game and went into overtime. This was just a friendly for the Tigers because our coaches knew each other, but the game was a big deal to us. I'd have a hat trick, too. The goalie was dancing back and forth, clapping his hands like the pros do. I took a few steps back. Penalty kicks were easy. Just blast them high in the corner. I made them all the time. My teammates patted me on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?